The man of the moment on the Sunshine Tour without any shadow of a doubt, Justin Harding. The 32-year-old from Stellenbosch has won the last two events, making it 7 titles claimed all told, and he tops the order of merit. Justin's jubilant.
2018 calendar year has actually been pretty good. I've played nicely since obviously SA Open, barring a couple mishaps here and there, but I'm really happy with the way I've been playing, and I've at least started off the season quite nicely.
Yeah, quite nicely means following up a second place in Zambia by edging out Lyle Rowe for victory at the Investec Royal Swazi Open.
I'd been knocking on the door for a while now, so it was nice to have obviously done it again. I mean, I have won in the past, and it's always nice to post one of those and know that you can still do it, and you still have it in you. And it was refreshing. And as I touched on last week as well, I mean, it was brutal the way Lyle finished. I mean, you don't want anybody to see that. But he gave me that one, and I'm sure another one around the corner for him as well will be coming.
Justin's playing with the confidence that makes him eager to turn that next corner. Things are obviously just generally good with his game, but particularly when it comes to putting.
Once you start making a couple, you gain a bit of confidence, and that's pretty much all that's helped over this last little 3-4 week stretch. I mean, I'm walking onto the greens, I'm reading the greens a little bit clearer as well. It's just it's a different mindset. It's more like I've got a few checklists to go down, and I've minimized a couple, and there's not that much thought process going into it anymore.
And as well as his game, let's say he's turned a corner when it comes to approach.
I've stopped misbehaving, shall we say, during events. I mean, I'm generally quite a sociable character, so I have got caught in the past being a bit naughty, and I've stopped all of that, and I've pretty much focused more on golf and getting the job done, and it's showing in my scores and definitely the way I'm feeling out there on the golf course. I'm a lot clear-minded, and I've touched on it before as well. I mean, it's just less mistakes. It's trying to keep the bogey-free rounds on the card and the bogeys off them, and it's working at the moment, and I'm quite happy.
Thankfully, his little adjustments haven't made him a dull boy. He's still very good to watch and playing with a smile.
Look, it's always nice when you're playing well. It makes everything easier, so to speak. So it's been a good stretch, and it's bound to come to an end sooner or later, but I'm hoping it's rather later than sooner.
We'll agree with that. It's good to see him thriving and living up to the promise he's always shown.
I think I'm just a little bit mentally stronger nowadays. My bad shots aren't quite as bad as they used to be. I'm not quite in the same sort of trouble as I used to be. I mean, nickname's Hack on tour, and I haven't really been doing a hell of a lot of that lately. So it's been good and it's been nice, and I've just kind of been riding the momentum.
The man formerly known as Hack clearly had momentum on his side going from the Royal Swazi to the Lombard Insurance Classic, and he soon had a rare Swazi Eagle to his name as well.
First one I've made around here in 6 tournament rounds, so I've been waiting for it for a long time. No, I had a good drive down 12, and I had a very good second shot and rolled the putt in. I rolled it pretty good all day, so it was a good day. I had fun out there.
That eagle on day 2 turned a good round into an exceptional one, and further birdies included one at 16.
It was actually a pretty simple putt. It's just a matter of hitting it hard enough. These greens, there's quite a bit of grain on them in certain areas, and when you're uphill, you've got to whack them. And it bounced around a little bit, but it went in. Keith still had a laugh at me, but look, it was one of those days where a lot of things went my way, which was good.
A round of 64 meant a one-stroke lead into the final round. A 66 wasn't enough to shake off Jake Roos, but at last a birdie at the 6th hole of a playoff eventually did.
I finally got over the line, yes. I tried my best to obviously not have one, but Jake played a great round of golf, and I managed to get at least tied with him going into a few extra holes, and it seemed like it was never going to end. I had a great 6-iron into there on the last playoff hole, which I happened to tap it in because it didn't really ever seem like one of us was going to make a birdie. Jake burnt the edges a couple times, and I mean, look, it was a long day. It was a tiring day, and I'm happy to have finally got over the line.
Over the line 2 weeks running, but taking nothing for granted.
Touching up on different areas. I mean, obviously getting sharper with the wedge game. It's awkward out here because the stance is always variable. So the greens are tiny, but I mean, I'll probably go home and do a bit of work on that and see if we can just get a little bit better inside 125, that sort of story.
Always looking for that edge to beat the opposition. But Justin's keen to acknowledge just how much he's rooting for that opposition as well.
The boys out here, it's almost like a fraternity. I mean, we all get along with each other very, very well, so it's awesome to see them all around and have a few jokes and a few laughs. It's good fun. I mean, everyone wants everybody to do well. We're out there trying to beat one another, but at the same sense, I mean, you want to see guys have good results and play well. I mean, certainly my boys from Stellenbosch, I'd like them to be playing well. I don't really have too many negatives. Negatives only come when you play bad golf.
He has experienced some of that at the Gary Player Country Club in the past. But last year saw him finish well at the course, so he's looking forward to the upcoming Sun City Challenge.
Gary Player Golf Club, very, very good. It's a strong test, and I'm sure now at the time of year that we're going to be playing it in, it's going to be quite cold and playing long. It's not probably going to be the same sort of scores you see at Sun City for Nedbank, but it's going to be a good test of golf. And I mean, obviously when you're playing there and you're playing well, it's going to show you that the areas which you need to improve on and which are good is going to come out. So we'll see if we can continue again.
And in the run-up to the next event, starting June the 5th, Justin has a few things in mind.
I'll probably put my feet up for a couple of days, and then I'll play a few games of golf, maybe line one up with my dad. He seems to be playing a little bit better now, though I don't know about his handicap. But yeah, no, we'll have a few social rounds of golf. I'm not a huge practicer. I don't spend hours and hours and hours on the range. I get more value out of playing and shooting scores and seeing where my game's at that particular level. But it's just going to, obviously, as I said, fine-tune the aspects of the game which I feel are below par. Difficult to say at the moment. I sound a bit cheeky because I have been playing well, but there are certain areas which I would like to improve, and we'll see if we can go sort those ones out.
2 wins, a second and a 5th place finish mean he has a commanding lead on the money list, which he'll maintain for some time and clearly aim to enhance. He's climbed more than 500 places in the world rankings too this year, at 157, his highest ever placing.